Hello and welcome to day 19 of 30 days of calm. We are approaching day 20, which is the sort of step down point, really, the approach to the end of this project and what I'm trying to put across at times. I'm not really attached to, it was just how I felt at the time and what I was saying. I'm just sitting here doing these meditations. And they are making quite a nice impact on my life. I look forward to them as a daily pill for sanity, if anything. Yes, it's day 19 of 30 days of calm. Thank you for joining me. Let's make this a journey into quiet. I don't know.
Just notice if your mind has gotten caught up in thought.
Lovely practice. Went a bit longer than 10 minutes. I think it went to about 13. And the practice was really simply and very well put today. Tamira Levitt described it as an opportunity to observe how you think. You acknowledge and recognise and observe the thoughts, but they no longer define you. And it's in that relationship, the relinquishing of the definition, that we stay with in meditation, and staying with that is a very primal, very primal function of the self. And it doesn't require language or narrative of the brain, it's simply that nowness. It's something that can't really be described. If it could be, we could all have it straight away, but it can't be described. It has to be known within the individual, because to describe it requires the engagement of the mind. You can certainly find books and teachers and writings and poems that do very good jobs at pointing at it. I would point you towards Rumi, the philosopher poet. His 3 or 4 sentences, even one sentence sometimes, can completely pull the rug from your feet. That rug is the relationship you have with definition of the thoughts. You are the owner of the house, and the thought is the salesman who comes to the door or rings the phone or sends the email. Some of them are very obviously just salesmen, and they're very easy to see and say goodbye to without purchasing what they're trying to sell. But some are much more convincing. Before we know it, we can often end up purchasing what they are selling us without us really realising it. Then we are purchasing what they are telling us about reality. In meditation, in practices like this, you challenge that directly by observing those thoughts without the engagement or the purchase. That ego can be very quick to fight against that. It can be very tricky. The most intelligent salesman. It can be that one that implants a belief in you that meditation's impossible for you, that there's nothing to gain from it, and that doubt which prevents you from ever challenging it. Thing that at the first hurdle has you giving up 100%. I can't do this, it's impossible. You need the courage to face those thoughts of self-defeatism, because they're all the same, and the thoughts can even act in such a way as to be the complete opposite of one another. And that, you're meditating wrong, you're doing it wrong, you're supposed to do it like this, and this is wrong. Oh, you're really good at this, you're really good at meditating, you don't need to meditate that much. The ego does not have a motive beyond its own survival, and it survives because you give it attention and you have given it the seat of power inside yourself. So like anything, it will fight for its own survival. But again, if your will is to just simply stay with this moment and to observe and not to be defined by it, you can take back control of the self and place the ego where it needs to be, which is just as a simple servant of the house. We have extremely powerful brains, so it's inevitable that they have concocted a kind of identity for themselves and a pride in which they take responsibility for existence. Well, that can be directly challenged, and no one can tell you whether that's true or not. You can find that out for yourself. You are right now aware of the most direct evidence you'll ever experience. And that's what these 10-minute meditations can help us with. It can really ground us in those moments. Anyway, what a lovely, lovely session. I think I've had a nice day today. I set an alarm clock. I thought I'd set an alarm clock and it didn't go off, so I woke up naturally a bit later. I obviously needed it. It was great. Alright guys, so this was, I don't know, day 19 of 30 days of calm. I feel pretty calm. I'm not going to stop this practice. I enjoy it. Thanks for joining me. Sorry about the various vehicles that have gone past during this filming. I will see you tomorrow. I'll have had a hair wash.